All right. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Pastor Davo. This is Davo Wiz Disc Golf, and I've got two videos coming at you from today's filming. I don't know if you can see it well in the background. You will see it in the video. We got a snow day today, which is super exciting. My wife literally took vacation days for us to not go to work because they called for enough snow that we were told to be careful, and her response to that in the work email was, well, we're just taking vacation tomorrow. So because we're taking vacation tomorrow, which is now today, I'm playing disc golf, which she's super excited about. That said, two videos today. I'm going to film them simultaneously and then release them separately, which you didn't need to know the behind the scenes, but I gave it to you anyway. Here's what they are. As you can see, I've got a bag. You haven't seen this bag before. If you remember in the previous videos, I told you that I went on Facebook Marketplace and I bought a guy's entire disc golf kit for $75. Well, that was this bag and these discs plus, I believe, these two discs as well. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to play 9 holes at our local partially closed, partially open disc golf course, Stuart Nelson, here in Paducah, Kentucky. And those 9 holes are going to be played with just these discs. And then I'm going to play myself, essentially, but I'm going to throw 2 off every tee. And the other set is going to be the remainder of my actual bag, which I still haven't done the in the bag video. That's going to be part of what I filmed this weekend. So everything I've thrown so far that you've seen me throw is 100% Goliath disc. That's my team sponsor. I'm an ambassador for them. I got a discount code for them, and I actually love their molds. I love their plastics. I love their molds. Everything does well. But as I said before, I don't feel like I can get every shot shape I need out of the disc I currently have, which I have one of each mold, not one of every plastic. So what I filled it in with were the discs that I've liked, that I've bought over the past 6 months, which happen to basically be all Innova discs as far as what I've put in my bag, though I've bought several discs. And so I'm going to have a rest of my bag 100% Innova only challenge that I'm going to throw, which is going to be this disc to this disc. And in that video, this will be my throwing putter, which is the Innova Rhino. In the Facebook Marketplace only video, my throwing putter, or my putting putter, is going to be this KC Pro AVR 2302. I have these 3 discs back here because my wife was with me, and if she decides she wants to throw a disc, these are the discs that I brought for her to throw, which are a 7-speed, a 5-speed, and a 4-speed, and then of course I'll pull a putter out of here because I think there's another AVR. I just left it in here because I needed something to hold the disc up. So that's going to be the video. And I'll see you on the course. My hole one today was 14 at Stuart Nelson. As you saw, 375 par 4 because there is no path to the basket. So even though it's very short, getting there is basically impossible on the first throw, and so you have to have 2 shots to get within putting range. And you'll see here I skipped a shot. I just forgot to film it because I spent 15 minutes looking for my first disc lost under the snow. But got my par, moved on to the next hole. 280-foot par 3 dogleg right. So I go for a forehand with the Banshee here, which I thought was going to be more overstable than it was. I probably released it a little bad as well. But it is pretty beat in, so it made sense. Take my upshot with that Tournament Buzz, which is actually a fairly stable buzz, especially for how old it is. Get about a 20-footer, managed to tap her in, taparoo here. Managing to keep up with par, as you can see in the bottom left of your screen. My hole 3 was hole 17 here, 340-foot, huge dog leg to the left, and I ended up about 80 to 100 short, maybe 120. I'm honestly not sure. I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention, but it was very difficult to throw because I was slipping all over the tee pad. Took my upshot with the throwing putter AVR that I had in this Marketplace bag, missed my putt, went one over.
Hole 4 is hole 5. Now we're going to get real fun. I threw the Shrike off the tee here and just grip locked it. Booyah, nose up, grip lock. Honestly, could have went a lot worse than it did. But I did manage to throw about a 280, 300 foot standstill with a disc that I don't know what it is, something from Innova, one of those tournament discs. Throw a little upshot and tap in, which you won't see the tap in here. Wasn't bad. Hole 5 is hole 7, 215 foot Mando tree right there in the middle, the Y tree. It's a Mando. I ended up parking the basket on the end of a round, but took the upshot here with the throwing AVR, I think, and parked the basket. Went ahead and forehanded that gateway disc because I wanted to see what would happen if I did. Really liked it. And then here I forgot to take a shot of the tee. I believe it's about a 380 or 440, somewhere between 380 and 440. I know that's a big difference, but I think there might be a 380 and a 440 basket here. It's something like that. Hole 9 at Stuart Nelson. I managed to get my par after parking the basket with this buzz shot, which you won't see the putt. But this was the one where in the outro I tell you about the disc just flipping over and going right on me. One of the longer holes on the course here, if not the longest hole. I'd play it all right, throw the Shrike into that flippy fairway driver, which I just babied a little bit and ended up not getting as much distance as I wanted. But I do believe parking the basket with that AVR putting putter that I was using, I think I made up for it. That said, final hole of the day. Threw the Shrike off the tee pad. It was an uphill, over a hill, very difficult shot, also a tunnel shot. You didn't get to see because it was just hard to film. Tried to forehand the Shrike afterwards, just did a really bad job. Left me with a 60-footer here that I almost made. Thought it was a pretty good job. All that being said, let outro me finish the video.
All right. Well, that wasn't a terrible round. It wasn't a great round. It was mostly fun. We acted like a married couple for a little bit, but I quit being a butthole and apologized. And we spent a lot longer than I'm going to let you know searching for one of my discs, which I'll possibly talk about in tomorrow's video. That said, for the outro, what I wanted to do was now show you what disc I threw in case I didn't get to show you in the video. I tried to do a little, this is the disc, but I don't trust those when I'm having to do voiceover videos. Without further ado, I already told you this. I threw the KC Pro AVR as my putting putter. I don't think I ever threw it as a regular disc. And then every disc in here I tried to throw at least once. So the Yeti Pro AVR, this is a Westside Discs Maiden from a 2018 Trilogy Challenge. What else we got here? A prototype Devil Hawk from Gateway, which I actually like this disc, but I'm giving it away because this is a very zone-esque, from what I've read about it, a very zone-esque, and I have a friend whose son who keeps taking his zones and losing or breaking them, so I told him I would give him this. A DX Cobra, which I actually really enjoyed throwing. It flies similar to my Wolf, a little less touchy than the Wolf. The Wolf is one of my favorite discs, which we'll talk about in tomorrow's video, or in the bag video, I'm not sure which. Crow mid-range. This was a fairly good disc. I enjoyed that. I didn't know what this was at first. I finally figured out what it was, but you saw me throw this a couple of times. This is a Buzz from the 13th annual doubles tournament in 2016 in Bowling Green, Kentucky. This is one that I have no idea what it is. If I'm not mistaken, I threw it off. When I threw this one off a T-pad, I thought it would stable because it has sort of a stable rim there. It did not. It turned right over. I threw it out flat, a little hyzer to flat, and it turned right over. But you can't see that up close. That was one of the far shots that my wife took for me. And then a Banshee fairway driver, which I really enjoyed. I almost lost this one, but I did manage to find it. This one's a little beat in, so it's not as stable as I was hoping, but it's still a pretty nice disc. Still not certain what this is. It's something from Innova. It looks to be overstable, a little domey. It's very similar to that Banshee, but I don't think it's a Banshee. No idea what it is, but it's from a Murray, Kentucky tournament. And then a disc that I really ended up enjoying. It took me a while to figure out what it was. Another one from Murray, Kentucky, is that they played 27 holes on this one, apparently. This was a Shrike in Champion Plastic, and I really enjoyed it. But that's what was in the bag when I bought it. There was a couple of other discs that were in there that I ended up throwing into my bag for Innova. So this was one of them, which I'll talk about tomorrow, Pro Starfire. And one other one that was in there is this Leopard, which you saw me only throw once. I think that's it. Oh, and of course the Rhino, which I used today in the Innova video for my putting putter. But that's it. Those are the discs that I threw today. Most of them I had never touched before, let alone thrown before, whether this specific one or any of that mold at all. I don't know what I threw. I may count it as I'm doing the voiceover, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you again, wife, for filming for me today. This is the first time I've ever played in the snow. If you don't know this, even a brightly colored disc in not that deep of snow will just disappear with no evidence of ever having been thrown. So the ribbon method might very well be necessary. I didn't know if it would be necessary or not. It might be necessary. But I'll have another video tomorrow, which I filmed today, as I already told you. And tomorrow's video will play right into the what's in the bag. As always, Jesus loves you. If that's not something that you are sure you believe and you would like to have a conversation about it, feel free to reach out to me. As I said, you can like, subscribe, comment on the video, or you can email me directly at pastordavollc@gmail.com. If you need fitness advice or coaching, you can reach me through Instagram at AMA Discipleship. God bless you.